New York Knicks are one win away from making history. They now have a 3-1 lead over the San Antonio Spurs after winning Game 4 at home. And we're going to talk about both teams in this video, but let's start off with the San Antonio Spurs. If you are a Spurs fan, this is one of the worst losses that you have seen in recent memory. They had a 29-point lead in this game. Going into halftime, it was 76-49. Wemby was dominant in the first half, and this has been a recipe for success for the San Antonio Spurs. When they get Wemby going, everything else falls in place with Dylan Harper. The same with Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, and Julian Champagnie. Those players now get a bunch of open looks. When you have someone that's 7'4", going to the rim on a consistent basis, shooting the three-point shot, killing you from the mid-range, it is hard to just go out there and put him in single coverage with Karl-Anthony Towns, and the same with Mitchell Robinson. And he even got Cat in foul trouble. He had 2 early fouls in this game, and it seemed like the San Antonio Spurs was going to tie up this series and head back to San Antonio. And now we're talking about a complete series here, 2-2 going back to Texas. But in the second half, it was one of the worst half of basketball that I have seen. In the third quarter, the San Antonio Spurs could not buy a bucket. They only had 14 points, while the New York Knicks had 26 points. In the fourth quarter, one of the worst quarters that I have seen since Mitch Johnson has been the head coach of this team. The San Antonio Spurs had 16 points. The New York Knicks had 32 points. And you can say Wemby has to step up. He has to be better. That is true. He was 9 of 29 from the 9 of 25 from the field, 2 of 8 from the three-point line. And I've said this about Wemby. When the three-point shot is falling, I'm happy with him taking those threes. You be that aggressive 7-footer. But when the three-point shot isn't falling, you get down low and you get Cat in foul trouble, and the same with Mitchell Robinson. He played fine in this game. This loss is not solely on Wemby. It's not. He ended the day with 24 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have 3 blocks. He looked amazing on the defensive end all the way through first, second, and third and the fourth quarter. Devin Vassell stepped up, had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 9 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3. Very efficient. Julian Champagnie, he's been off and on this series. We've seen Julian Champagnie be big time in the past against the OKC Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, in the first round against the Portland Trail Blazers, and the second round against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But outside of game 1, he has been that dominant three-point shooter. Has been a terrible player because his defense has still been there. He's making life hard for Jalen Brunson and the same to other guards on this team. Stephon Castle did have a big game 3. 23 points, 8 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. And this game took another step back on the offensive end. Only 13 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. And Dylan Harper continues to be a monster. He is going to be a starter one day very soon for the San Antonio Spurs. Had 21 points in this game coming off the bench, 32 minutes, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 of 12 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. But there's one player that I haven't mentioned, and that's De'Aaron Fox. I've said this in the past, and if you listen to this channel over the last couple of years, I am a huge fan of De'Aaron Fox's game. Going back to his days with the Sacramento Kings, coming out of college, one of the fastest players in the NBA, a smooth point guard. When Stephon Castle had the 20 turnovers in the first 2 games against the OKC Thunder, I was banging the table saying, when De'Aaron Fox comes back, the offense is going to look better, just give him time. Even when he has an ankle injury, he is still one of the better guards on this team, one of the best guards, for being honest here. This was a terrible ending for De'Aaron Fox. If you look at the box score, he did have 18 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 of 16 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. And when they needed him to step up in the first half, he did that. But in the second half, he was a complete no-show, especially in the fourth quarter. He had 4 terrible possessions, 4. He helped cost his team a game. Late in the fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson is going for a mid-range shot. He misses it. They get the rebound. De'Aaron Fox is so fast. He runs to the rim. Instead of waiting for a foul or running the clock out, he goes up for a layup. Here comes OG. He blocks the basketball. De'Aaron Fox is not a young player like Wemby, and the same with Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. He's been in the NBA for 8 years, and he's been to the NBA playoffs before with the Sacramento Kings, went to a Game 7 with the Golden State Warriors. This is why you have veteran players on your team for moments like this. I am very disappointed in De'Aaron Fox. This was a terrible ending for him. Inexcusable. No excuses here. I don't care about the ankle injury they suffered in the past. We've seen them play a lot of games since then. This had nothing to do with an ankle injury. This was all with the thing in between his ears. It came down to basketball IQ. And we have seen him run the clock out in the regular season. Take those fouls. You take those fouls, you get to the free throw line. You make your 2 free throws, you're golden. But instead, you have that moment that helped get the New York Knicks back into this game, and it helped the New York Knicks win this matchup. And far as Wemby, I know that someone in the comment section, they're going to say that he misses free throws. He did. And Wemby has been a great free throw shooter. You have to knock down your free throws. That is very important in the NBA. We've seen so many games be lost because of missed free throws. It's elementary at this point when you get to this level. That is on Wemby. But I'm not going to come on here and solely blame Wemby or put majority of blame on Wemby. It has to go to De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron Fox has not shot well this entire playoff run. If we're just being real here, for what they gave up to bring in De'Aaron Fox and for what he's getting paid, he has not shot well. He was better in this game offensively with the shooting splits, and the same in the last game. But for the majority of that series against the OKC Thunder, he was abysmal from the field. I get it, the ankle injury, but everyone's banged up right now. But you're hoping that your lead veteran guard can step in and not cost you the game. And that's what De'Aaron Fox did. Miss Johnson, I have no idea what the hell you were doing in the second half. You made no adjustments. Mike Brown comes out, he makes all the adjustments. And it's not me saying fire Miss Johnson, trade De'Aaron Fox, even though a lot of Spurs fans are going to be ready to get rid of De'Aaron Fox after this playoff run, especially if they cannot come back from being down 3-1, which is damn near impossible, but we've seen it happen before. The team in the NBA Finals that came back from being down 3-1 was LeBron James and the Cavaliers many years ago against the Golden State Warriors, and that triggered the Golden State Warriors to bring in Kevin Durant. But Miss Johnson, you made all those adjustments in Game 3. You're putting Cat into a zone, double team him down low with the guards, make life terrible on him, swing over, Wemby. That's a great adjustment. But they ate up the zone with the three-point shooting of OG and the same with Jalen Brunson. Just a disappointing loss. And I don't have a dog in the fight here. I'm a neutral fan. But this was a piss-poor effort in the second half by the head coach and Miss Johnson and De'Aaron Fox, their leading guard. Dylan Harper stepped up the most, and the same with Wemby. And you're expecting more out of Julian Champagnie. Now, do I expect for the San Antonio Spurs to go into the light in Game 5? I don't think that's going to happen. It's a great chance that they win at home. But at the same time here, the New York Knicks, they've only lost one game in the last 46 days. And that came a couple of days ago against the San Antonio Spurs, and that was still a close matchup. If the Spurs lose this series, it's going to come down to a couple plays here. The fourth quarter play with De'Aaron Fox in this game, and the game a couple of days ago with Wemby. He gets the rebound, he throws the ball up the court. Stephon Castle doesn't see it. He's not paying attention. The ball hits him in the back. And at least the free throws for Jalen Brunson. Those little moments right there. And it's the little things that hurt you. And it costs you championships. And unfortunately, this may be the case for the San Antonio Spurs. But they still have a shot here. It's not completely over just yet. And to a team hits 4 wins. With the New York Knicks, Game 3 had a terrible game plan on the offensive end. This entire playoff run, going back to the first round against the Atlanta Hawks, they have played free-flowing basketball. In the past with Tom Thibodeau, you live by Jalen Brunson, you die by Jalen Brunson. In Game 1 and Game 2, they had those moments. In Game 1, Jalen Brunson, phenomenal in the fourth quarter. We know that he's one of the most clutch players in the NBA. But in order to get the New York Knicks over the hump, you want to have a better offensive game plan. That's why you bring in Mike Brown. And he unlocked Cat, point Cat at the center position. Run your offense through him. Take some of the pressure off of Jalen Brunson. Screen for Jalen Brunson. But also, Cat, create your own shot for yourself and for others. And it's been a recipe for success. But in Game 3, more so hero ball with Jalen Brunson. Don't have a problem with it because he's your best player in the offensive end. But when it doesn't work out, you have to pivot. So in Game 4, you still have some of those moments in the first half. Karl Anthony Towns was not aggressive enough to me. Even though they won this game, he only had 13 points, had 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 or 5 from the field. I don't understand how Cat did not have a single point in the fourth quarter in every single game in this series until tonight. That's inexcusable. Some of that is on Cat. The other part's on Mike Brown. Get this man more involved. He is too talented to not have more shot attempts in some of these games. Only 5 shot attempts, that's criminal. He's one of the most talented offensive centers that we have seen in NBA history. And I'm not saying that because he's having this great postseason run right now with the New York Knicks. Go back and watch him with the Timberwolves. He was phenomenal from 3. He's one of the best shooting big men that we've ever seen. You have to get him more involved, especially in the next game if you want to win. Run the 2-man game with Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. But Jalen Brunson in tonight's matchup had 36 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Mr. Clutch once again in the fourth quarter. Phenomenal. Great player. They win this championship, he's going to be remembered forever. This is one of the best free agency pickups that I've seen in a very long time. Easily the best free agency pickup in Knicks history, regardless of the outcome of this series. But he was not the hero in this game. The hero was OG. Now look at their veteran player to the veteran player with the San Antonio Spurs. OG won a championship with the Toronto Raptors, even though he was banged up in that series against the Golden State Warriors. OG. It was a miss by Jalen Brunson. Here comes OG tip in. That's a game-winning shot. The San Antonio Spurs did have another play to go out there and to potentially win this game, but great defense by Josh Hart. But OG, who was known to be a defensive player, has been so efficient in this series. Was amazing last game on the offensive end and the same defensively. His defense is going to be there every single night. 33 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 10 of 15 from the field, 7 of 9 from 3. And was perfect at the free throw line with 6 makes. I don't care about the plus minus. He was a -1 on the court. I don't give a damn about that. His defense was phenomenal. His offense was phenomenal. He was the best player on the court when it mattered the most late in the fourth quarter. Shout out to OG. OG deserves his flowers. And what makes this so scary for the San Antonio Spurs, the Knicks won this game. And Landry Shamet did not shoot well. Landry Shamet the last 2 games has been a non-factor. He's still going to get paid a lot of money in free agency, don't get me wrong. But he was 0 for 3 from the field in today's game. 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. Jose Alvarado, Grand Theft Alvarado, comes out of nowhere. Now, he's had his moments in the playoffs. But this was a big-time game for him. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 or 4 from the field, 2 or 3 from the 3-point line, and played great defense on the guards with the San Antonio Spurs. Mitchell Robinson has not played much in this series. Only played 7 minutes in game 3, pardon me. He's dealing with a thumb injury. He's dealing with the pinky injury that he suffered a week ago. So he's not 100%. So the bench players, not getting much out of them over the last 2 games, and they still found a way to win this matchup. Mikal Bridges did not look good offensively, but defensively, he brought it. In the second half, it was a better game plan, more zone coverage. When you needed man-to-man coverage, they went there. And Cat, even though offensively only had 5 shot attempts, that defense is still strong. The last game against Wemby, he did the best that he could. But if he just has one off game and the entire playoff run, I'm not going to put all that on Cat and say that he's a soft defender. Cat has twisted that narrative. Cat has been a great defender this playoff run. Maybe you disagree, but he's been great down low, getting timely blocks, switching over on certain wings and certain guards. He's doing everything possible to win this championship, and it just feels like it's the year for the New York Knicks. I counted out the San Antonio Spurs against the OKC Thunder when they went down in that series, and they came back and they won. So I'm not fully counting out this team. But I will say this, the New York Knicks, they have all the momentum. If they lose the next game in San Antonio, more than likely, they're going to win that game at the Garden. And if you're a fan, you want to go to the game, I feel bad for your pockets because it's going to cost a lot of money. And I think that the ticket price has been disgusting. I get it, it's a business. But this is the first time that the Knicks have been to the finals in a very long time. You price out your fans. You just have a bunch of celebrities up front. And I get it, business. You want to capitalize on this hot streak, capitalize on the hype. If you are James Dolan, the governor of the team, I fully get it. And for the ones that don't know, a lot of those celebrities that you see in the front row, a lot of those guys, they don't pay for the tickets. They work out a deal with MSG behind the scenes. So a lot of those celebrities, they're not paying that money. Spike Lee early on Paying a lot of money for the tickets. I doubt that he's paying for his own ticket now. And if he is paying for a ticket, he's not getting priced the same as me and you. Let's just be real about it. But the Knicks, they now control this series. 3-1. History is on their side, and the same with all the stats over time. I just hate this for De'Aaron Fox. And I hate this for Wemby because you would have won the game in game 2 if Wemby did not have the turnover with Stephon Castle moving up the court. But it is a learning experience for the San Antonio Spurs to have this young coach, but it's not a learning experience for De'Aaron Fox. You have to be better, and you must be better for the San Antonio Spurs. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you feel about this game 4? It was crazy. No game 3 review last time. That's on me. Went out to go watch the game. When I came back, it was just too late. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, I want each and every last one of you guys to stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for the video, guys. God bless. Peace.